Welcome to episode 4 of Let's Get It In with Buffalo Entrepreneurs. This episode is going to be a little bit different. This episode, I'm going to kind of break down who I am, Chef Carine Merritt, why I started Let's Get It In, and what my plans are for the future moving forward with this podcast. I feel like, I've done these episodes, it's episode 4, and I didn't really let you guys know who I am and what inspired me to get started as an entrepreneur. So I wanted to take this episode because it is my birthday month. So I wanted to take this episode to let you guys know who I am, my plans moving forward, and while I'm doing that, I will be frying up some delicious Caribbean style escovitch fish. So join me in my kitchen. I'm looking forward to it. All right, guys, so you already know it's about that time. I got my chef coat on, and so it's time to get cooking. So I'm gonna start off by just letting you guys know how I start my escovitch fish. So I'm using red snapper today, as you can see. For people who don't eat the full fish, don't be scared. Don't be scared, okay? This is a red snapper. This is the big boy right here. As you can see, it's like red. It has like the red scales. So beautiful fish, beautiful, beautiful. Fries very nicely. It's very meaty, so you get a good amount of meat from it. So it's really, really, really good. So I'll be frying these up today. These are all the seasonings I'm going to be using. As you can see, I got my little candle lit because it gets a little fishy up in here. But yeah, so I'm going to start off by seasoning it up. I already got my pot of oil here. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get started. So I just want to kind of let you guys know who I am. My name is Carine Merritt. I am a chef who started about, I can say I started taking cooking seriously about 11 years ago now. I guess you can say I kind of started when I started my family. Before I started my family, I was really into cooking, but I didn't think I could do it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think it was something that was for me. I was mostly into modeling when I was growing up. So that was like my main focus. Like my main focus was modeling. I just wanted to model. That was it. That was my end all be all. You know what I'm saying? I, tried out for America's Next Top Model. I, did fashion shows for Vibe magazine and L'Oreal hair, shows and stuff like that. So, modeling was my thing. And I love to cook, but I never really pursued it like that. So it honestly wasn't until I started my family that I decided, this is something I really love doing. I loved cooking for them. I loved their reaction when they would taste my good food. And it was just something that I just grew to love over the years. I can say I got serious about it, and decided I want to be considered not just a cook, somebody who cooks good food. I wanted to be a chef. I wanted to be someone who cooked food for people to enjoy. So that's what made me decide back in 2019 to apply at Olive Garden. So I applied at Olive Garden, got the job. I was so excited. My first, cooking job, well, my first job cooking professionally was at Olive Garden. And at that time, Olive Garden was my favorite restaurant. So I was super excited. And yeah, I learned a lot from there. So shout out to Olive Garden. I had my, my little issues with them, but I learned a lot about, about working in the kitchen, about being in the kitchen. I worked all stations. You know, I worked the grill. I worked, you know, appetizers, saute, you know, the pickup window, all that stuff. So I got a lot of good experience there. So shout out to Olive Garden. And then also while I was at Olive Garden, I was working on the weekends. Just Saturday, I did a 10, sometimes 11-hour shift, working at Duval College as the supervising chef. So just, I kind of like, after I season it, I kind of like just pat it down so it can kind of like get in there, just so you know. So I'm seasoning it up. If you guys want me to do like more cooking shows, let me know. Like more episodes of me like cooking, and I'll kind of like break down the different you know, spices and stuff that I'm using. So I'm not gonna really do that this episode. I'm not gonna really kind of break down what I'm using. I'm just gonna kind of show you guys how I'm making it. So I season both sides. So yeah, I was working at Duval College as a supervising chef on Saturdays. I would do breakfast, brunch, and lunch. And did I do dinner? I believe I did dinner. Breakfast, brunch, lunch, and dinner. Yeah, because I worked, I believe it was 6 to 7, 7 to 7, whatever. Either way, I got a lot, so much experience, a lot of my catering experience from working there. That's my son in the background. You can hear him. He's very loud. I woke up super early so I can try to prevent all the extra background noise, but he's an early riser. So yeah, so that's where I kind of got started. I wanted to get myself out there and be, you know, professional. I wanted to be a professional cook. I wanted to learn how to work in a professional kitchen. So that's what I did. I went out there, I pursued that, and while I was working at both Olive Garden and Duval College, Duval College situation, the company I was working with lost the contract with Duval College, so there was that. And then at Olive Garden wasn't really working out for me as far as like the hours and stuff like that. So at that point I decided, you know, I really want to cook, but I want to cook for myself. Like I want to do what I'm doing for these companies for myself. So that's when I decided to go on Independent Eats on Facebook. And it's like a group where you can, you know, basically sell your food as an independent chef. So, you know, I went on there and took off. You know, I put my food out there. People were loving it. I was loving that they were loving it. And, you know, I just kept going from there. Again, this was back in 2019. So, yeah, really exciting. So while I was doing that, you know, selling my food, doing all that good stuff, I felt like I kind of overdid it. I burned myself out. I was delivering my food everywhere, all around town. People were coming and picking up, you know, and it was just so much. It was so overwhelming. In a good way, definitely, but kind of in a bad way because I burned myself out. I really did. I did too much. I took on too much. So that was definitely a lesson learned. I enjoyed myself, but it was a lot. A whole damn lot to handle by myself. So again, lesson learned. So I do have, so let me go back to these here. I do have both sides seasoned. I like to go in with the Old Bay and just make sure I kind of get inside this flap here. You guys can see, just so, you know, when it's frying up, you get the seasoning all up all up in through here. Get all that seasoning all up in through here so you can get all that flavor. You don't want it to be all bland inside. So, yeah. So that's that. That's a little background of how I got started, why I got started, as far as being a chef. Now, let's get it in. I just decided, you know, like, I want to know how other people got started as entrepreneurs. So this is what I also, before I start that, I use my knife and I cut 3 slits on both sides. That's just so, like, when I'm frying it, you can, all the oil, you know, it cooks all the way through. So the oil can get in and fry up on the inside too, so you don't have any raw pieces chilling inside there. So I cut 3 slits on both sides, if you guys can see that. Not too deep, just enough to, you know, get some of the seasoning sticking down up in there. Oops. All right. So yeah, so I decided I wanted to do Let's Get It In just because I was so fascinated with entrepreneurship. Like, I wanted to know, you know, what inspired people to start their own businesses, kind of like what I did. You know, what inspired people to do that. So, you know, I spoke with a couple friends, you know, I spoke with a couple of associates that I had, and, you know, let them know what my idea was, and they were down. They were down, and I'm so thankful for them for, you know, sitting down with me, taking the time to sit down with me, tell me about, you know, themselves, what inspired them to become entrepreneurs, and, you know, sit down and eat my food while telling me about themselves. So yeah, so I wanted to get my food out there and also get to know, you know, my fellow entrepreneurs. So that's where Let's Get It In came from. I bring my food, I bring some good, delicious drinks, and we sit down, we talk, we laugh, and, you know, we just, we enjoy ourselves. We enjoy ourselves, and, you know, we talk about entrepreneurship, and I love it. So, all right, so we're done with the seasoning part. We got our fish all seasoned up. So now I'm gonna get the oil nice and hot so we can fry it up. After I fry it up, we're gonna get the peppers going that are gonna go right on top here, so we can really get the full, authentic Ashka Beach fish experience, baby. Okay? So, let me get this heat going under this oil. Don't want to get it too hot, but hot enough that it's frying these bad boys, okay? Because it doesn't take long to fry. So, let me go ahead and get this heated up. Okay, guys, I'm back. The heat is up on the oil. So what I like to do is put the pods of garlic into the oil first. 1, because it's gonna flavor up the oil, and 2, because then I can know when the oil is hot enough to start putting in the fish. So while that's, you know, sizzling up there, I'm just gonna let you guys know a little bit more about me. So I was actually born in Queens, Jamaica, Queens, Southside Jamaica, Queens, you know. So born in Southside Jamaica, Queens, grew up in Valley Stream, Long Island. Shout out to V-Town down. But so corny. But yeah, and then I went to school in Casadega, and I am now living in Buffalo, New York. So I decided to call it Let's Get It In, obviously, because we're, you know, getting it in, we're talking, we're chatting, we're eating. And I did it with Buffalo entrepreneurs because obviously I'm in Buffalo, but I do plan to expand. I plan to expand out to, you know, Rochester, Syracuse. I'm hoping to go back to New York City and, you know, sit down with a few entrepreneurs out there. You know, just expand myself and really get out there and get to know people. I'm that type of person. I like to get to know people, and I like to eat. So, I mean, talking to people and eating with them, breaking bread, sounds like a good deal to me. So, sounds like the oil is getting nice and hot. As you can see, the garlic is sizzling up in there. The fish is ready to go. The candle is lit. And we ready to get frying. So let's get it in. Alright. So, this is what I want to let you guys know. If you are going to be trying this fish, it will be popping. Okay? When I say popping, I mean mad oil. Like, just popping. So be careful. Start with the head side first. So head side in first. And then, then you could drop in the tail. Okay? How I do it. Again, you want to do it another way, you can go on ahead. But this is how I do it. And then step back. Because you want to be a part of that. You don't want to be too close to that. So I wanted to take this episode to really let you guys know who I am, what I plan to do with this podcast, and my future plans. So number one, what inspired me to become an entrepreneur? My family. My family taught me how to cook. My family taught me everything. My mom, my dad, my stepdad, my sisters, they all taught me different styles of cooking, different things to put together to make some delicious food. So I'm very, very thankful for them. I can say the family, that I have, my husband, my children, they really, really inspired me to pursue cooking. Cooking for them every day. Hearing them say how much they love my cooking, really, really, really pushed me to be confident in what I cook and how I cook it, and who I cook it for, because I feel like food really brings people together. It really, really does, and it makes me really, really happy, and it really, really excites me when I see people enjoying my food. So, yeah, I just want to kind of go around town, bring my food to people, and have them enjoy it. Because, what's better than that? And I'm a tourist, so you already know, Bulls love food. We love food. Tourists love food. All right, so let's take a look back at our fish here. Safe distance. Be frying up here. You're gonna see, I'm gonna make sure you guys can see, when it's all done, that is gonna be nice and brown. Go ahead and grab my tongs. Moving. Let it. Alright, now I'm going to bring the camera over so you guys can see the beauty. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Delicious. Delicious. Look at that. So good. So flavorful. So tasty. I'll be right back. I'm going to chop up these peppers. I'm going to saute them up and get them ready to go on top of this delicious fish. Okay? Okay, guys. So I'm finishing up the fish now. I'm going to go ahead and put it on a piece of paper towel so it can drain off any of the excess oil. Oh, lost the tail in here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but slow. off one of the tails there. That's alright. That is alright. Guess what? We don't eat the tail anyways. But just for, you know, the way it looks, I would have preferred the tail to be on. It is alright. So, grab one of my pots. Boop, boop, boop. So I start with some olive oil. Good amount of that. Then, once I get the olive oil going in here, make sure I got the heat on there evenly. I add the onions, carrots. Oh, I don't know if I showed you guys the carrots. I got some carrots in there too. So some carrots, peppers, and onions. So I saute this up. I'm gonna take off these gloves really quick because I'm not dealing with the fish anymore. Yeah, so I do a little bit of salt. I use the pink Himalayan salt. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. Red pepper flakes. Add a little more spice, because why not? And some perfume. Nothing too crazy. You know, you don't want to take away from the flavor of the fish and stuff like that. So, use this. Let's put it up here. So yeah, this is episode 4. This is episode 4. I'm excited for episode 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all of that. And I hope you guys all join me for my episodes moving forward, because I really love doing it. So I hope you guys love watching it. So peppers are frying up. Smelling delightful. Smells so good. Alright, so this is the part that I don't think a lot of people do, but this is what I do. I add a little bit of sugar into it, just so it kind of, so also lemon juice. So let me put that in there. The sugar. Not too much, about a teaspoon. Open that up. So as you see that, look at that. Alrighty. And I kept the seeds for the jalapenos, so I can really get the spice from it. And to finish it off, vinegar. Turn that down a little bit. I'll make sure I get the big boy. I'll use vinegar to clean my meats and everything. That's what's really going to give it that flavor, baby. That flavor. So this is just a simple pickle. Something really, you know, fast, easy, delicious. The whole meal is not you know, doesn't take long. And with time, it gets easier and faster. So. See those? Look at that. Ooh. Yes, baby. And now we will put the pickled peppers on top. You guys can see that. Alright, so I just take a nice big heap and I'll put it right on top there. You see that? That is beautiful. Just pile them peppers on top. The peppers, the carrots, all of that good stuff. Because you're gonna need all of that to scoop up. Ooh, yes. That's it, guys. Escovitch fish, red snapper, yes. Look at that, so good, so good. That's it, guys. This was the Escovitch fish. I'm so glad you guys took the time to sit down and watch me cook, learn a little bit about me and you know what I have planned for this podcast. Yeah, so if you're not scared and you want to try this, you let me know. I'll fry it up and come sit down and you could let me know about what inspired you to become an entrepreneur. Yeah, so thank you guys again for watching. All right, guys, thank you again for joining me on this episode. I wanted to end this off just letting you guys see how to eat this, because I feel like another thing that people are skeptical about when trying this is, how do I eat it? I don't even know how to get started to eat it. So this is just how I eat it. Again, you know, there's a billion ways, I'm sure, but this is how I eat it. I usually just kind of slide the peppers to the side. I'm sure you guys can see this. I slide it to the side. And just pull it up. Pull it up. See all of that? Beautiful fish. Look at that. Beautiful, meaty fish. Ooh. I usually do it with some peppers. Oh, well, there's cocoa melon, so this video is over. But yes, so meat, peppers, carrots, onions, all in one. And that's it. Delicious. That is so good. Don't be scared to eat this fish. It is so good. Look at this. Look at the meat on this. So good. Again, thank you guys so much for joining me for this episode. I know it's a little different. It's kind of all about me, not even gonna front, but I just wanted you guys to know who I am, you know, why I started this, and yeah, thank you guys again. See you soon.